Hey guys, this is Haim Maman. You probably got here because you saw a video of me in YouTube, Facebook, or maybe Instagram, and just want to share with you a little bit about me and what I do. And maybe this is something that will interest you, and you want to do virtual wholesaling like I do. So first of all, I'm very excited today. It's opening day, and I'm a Warriors fan, and I'm very excited about our 2016 season. Huge basketball fan. But let me tell you a little bit about me. I was born in Israel and came to America in 2001. I live in San Francisco. I'm right now in my San Francisco home office. I work from home, or when I'm traveling with my family. And I'm a real estate investor right now. But it took me a while to get to where I am. And I beginning my real estate journey in 2011. I started to buy rental properties, and I quickly realized that that's not what I want to do. It's just a hassle. Even though it's passive income, it just took a while to generate enough income to quit my 9 to 5 job. So I started to read. I did few fix and flip deals, and it didn't work well. And I wanted to have a business that support my desired lifestyle. I wanted to travel with my family. I wanted to be able to work from anywhere in the world. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to be with my kids and spend as much time as possible with them. And I came across real estate, wholesaling. Again, wholesaling properties virtually, which means that I live in San Francisco and I virtually wholesaling properties in Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans area, and other parts of the country without being there. So I live in San Francisco and I'm flipping deals in other places around the country. And I don't have an office. It's not what I wanted. I didn't want to have big team. I didn't want to have millions of dollars. And I'm not gonna show you here yacht or a Lamborghini or beautiful ladies because that's not what I am. I'm just a regular guy. I have a Subaru Outback. I have 2 kids, and I'm a husband. So that's who I am, and hopefully you can relate to my story. So just to show you again a little bit about who I am, you can go to my Instagram account just to get an idea who I am. I love to travel, and I was fortunate enough to be able to travel. We spent 2 months out of the year in Israel with my family, with my extended family. Last year we went to France, to Nice, to watch some soccer, the Euro 2016. I was able to go in 2014 to the World Cup in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I traveled with my family in Japan recently. I love sports, so I went to Warriors games. Here we went to Puerto Rico. We went to Washington, D.C., Costa Rica. This is Japan. This is Croatia. And again, just wanted to travel with my family. That's my why. That's what I want to do, and I want to spend as much time with my family as I can. So that's when I came with virtual wholesaling, and really I purchased so many courses. You have no idea how many. I purchased Sean Terry courses, Ken Clodier courses, Chris Chico, Rob Swanson, Joe McCall. I purchased Podio program, Grant Cardone system, you name it. And I took nuggets from each person and I came up with my virtual wholesale model, and I hope you will find it helpful. And now I just want to share with you really quickly, just to share with you the 10 steps to virtually wholesale your first deal in the next 60 days. Again, it may take you a year, it may take you 15 days, it may take you 30 days. I really don't know. It really depends if you're an action taker. It depends on your budget, how badly you want it. And I just want to give you the steps. You will decide how quickly you want to implement it. I would suggest that you take actions immediately, and and figure things as you go. So let's start with virtually wholesaling. And if you don't know what is wholesaling, it's basically finding a property at a discount, lock it under contract, and sell the contract for a profit. Again, this is in very simple terms. Now, the key, in my opinion, is to select the right market. Not all markets created equal. I truly feel that, again, it doesn't mean that you can't flip properties in highly competitive markets like San Francisco, New York City, Seattle, Washington, and markets like that. It's just much harder. The cost per lead is higher. It's much more competitive. Property value is very, very high. Again, the profit margins are higher, but to get a deal, you just need to work much harder. And I always want to go after easy deals and to do volume of deals. So first, how to select the right market metro area. So you want to be in a large metro area. Usually I use 1 million in population, because you want to make sure you have enough inventory to work with. Secondly, I like cash flow markets. Markets that property value is generally below $150,000, when investors can buy properties to buy and hold, and also you can have investors that buy, fix, and flip. So you basically get enough investors that buy in this market. Also, I like an area with high investors activity, which means that there's a lot of cash transactions in the area. And also I like high inventory, not too high, because then it means that again, there's no activity in the area, but you don't want an area with very low inventory that there's a lot of competition on and it's hard to get a deal. So selecting again a market is key. And again, you can go and Google search the best cash flow markets in the US, and you will come up with good solid markets. But anywhere in the Midwest and in the South, markets like Indianapolis, St. Louis, Chicago are good solid Kansas City are good solid markets. And other good markets are in the South, like Memphis, Birmingham. There are markets in Georgia, Atlanta, Florida. There's a bunch of markets that are very good, but you get the idea. Obviously, there is systems on how to make sure you're in the best market, but this is highly important, how to select the right market. Secondly, once you select the market, you want to make sure that you find out the most active zip codes in the metro area. Again, so if you select Birmingham, Alabama, just find out how many counties in this metro area, and with Listsource and Find Cash Buyers Now, it's two systems that you can find out which are the most active zip codes in your area. And I have a few videos that you can check out on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page, that you can see how I do it and find out the most active zip codes in each county. Now, after you did that, you want to find a solid 10 buyers. Buyers are the ones that will buy your properties or your contracts from you. And you don't need tons of buyers. You just need 10 solid buyers. And you can find this list. You can buy a list from Listsource. You can find a list from Find Cash Buyers Now. This is Ken Clothier system. Or you can just go and Google search turnkey companies in Birmingham. Or you can go to Bigger Pockets and you just go to Bigger Pockets and just search turnkey companies in Birmingham. That's what I did. And right there you have 1, 2, and 3 companies that I know provide turnkey companies in Birmingham. You can go and start a new forum, basically asking, I'm looking, again, who knows about good, solid turnkey companies in Birmingham, and you'll see a bunch of people will respond to your ad, not ad to your post. So next, So this again, very quick way to find out again 10 solid buyers. Next, you want to network with 5 solid wholesalers. Wholesaler will be basically other people that who may help you move the deal if you can't find solid buyers. So they have a buyers list that again, if you get something under contract, you can reach out to them and ask them to market your deal, and you can split the profit 50-50 with them. And you can just go to Facebook. There is a huge Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses Full Time, and people can help you, and they will reach out to you, and you can work and collaborate with other people. Next, you want to build your team. You want to have a boots on the ground. Basically, people will go and inspect properties for you, take pictures, video, and give you some feedback about the property. Realtors can do it for you. You can find realtors on realtor.com. So if you go to realtor.com and go to find realtors, you will see search for realtors agent in the area. So you can do that. Or you can call one of the big realtor agencies like Keller Williams, speak with the receptionist and ask to speak with the best realtor in the office that work primarily with investors, and they will just put you in touch with a solid realtor that hopefully can bring value to you. Next, after you have this team, it's time to market for sellers. And again, you want to market only in the most active zip codes because this is where your buyers are buying. So there is no need to just send mailers to and market to other areas in the county. You just want to market in the high zip codes when buyers are buying. First step is just direct mail is the easiest way to start generate leads. And again, I just list the best list that I can think of: absentee owners with equity, 10 years of ownership, owner occupied, 65 years old, high equity, 10 years of ownership. Find motivated sellers now is a good system that I use. Inheritance leads, tired landlords or eviction list, code violation, and tax delinquent list. It's pretty good list to start, but if you're just starting out, just go to listsource and buy these two leads, this little list, and you'll start to generate leads fairly easily. Next, bandit signs. Dirt cheap signs is a good place that I find my bandit signs, and I purchase. Your boots on the ground can place the signs for you. For again, you can pay them like $2 per sign, and that will generate some leads. You have a bird dog, so your boots on the ground can drive around the neighborhoods in the zip codes that you like and start to take addresses and pictures of vacant properties. You can do it from the MLS. I have a system when the MLS hacks, when I have virtual assistants submitting offers on my behalf. And you can also check out for sale by owner websites like Zillow and go to for sale by owner. It's for sale by owner.com and fsbo.com. It's a good place to find leads. And lastly, there's auction sites like auction.com, Hubzu, and HUD Home Stores. Again, it's another place where you can find houses. So if you start generate, just go one by one and just start to generate leads, and hopefully that will basically just start to get the phone to ring, and you can go to the next step, which start to negotiate with sellers and lock up properties under contract. So you need to just know a basic repair estimate. You don't need to be an expert. Again, if you see a property that needs light rehab, only paint and maybe carpet, just tag it with $8,000 in rehab. If it's a medium rehab, again, if it needs a little bit more work, you can tag it with $15,000. And if it's heavy rehab, you can just tag it with $25,000 if it needs a new roof, furnace, AC, carpet, paint, and stuff like that. Just tag it with 25. And remember, these numbers may look low to you, but this is rental properties and you don't need to have a significant rehab on it. And at the end of the day, it's the responsibility of the end buyer to know the repairs estimate. So as I mentioned, it's the end buyer's responsibility at the end of the day to estimate the repairs. Obviously, you want to give them as much information as possible. I usually have like 50 or more pictures of the property, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as well as a video of the properties to show the layout of the property and do like a 360 of the neighborhood to give the end buyer enough information for them to make a decision if whether or not they want to send a guy to inspect the house. And a lot of buyers these days can get a repairs estimate just by looking at pictures and video. Next, you want to learn how to estimate the after repair value so you can know how much the property is worth when it's all fixed up and fully renovated. Because this is how you can determine how much to offer on the property. So there's few sites, again, MLS comps. It's probably the best option, but not a lot of people have access to the MLS. So let me see here, MLS. Okay, doesn't work. So again, you can go to Zillow recent comps, again, not the Zestimate value. Sometimes the Zestimate value will be close enough, but go to Zillow recent comps is a good source. Another good source is iComps. If you go to iComps, you can get a value here. It's just close enough. It doesn't need to be exactly or the best comparative market analysis. Another source is Total View Real Estate. So if you go to Total View Real Estate, you'll get three numbers. You have the Zillow's estimate. You'll have ePraisal that it's hard to see. It's 66,000, and they will give you an estimate that they think the property is worth. So between these four numbers, so you have 62, 64, 66, and iComp is 62.9. So a good number will be like anywhere between 60 and 65. So maybe you can use 63 as the after repair value. And if you need more information, you can just reach out to one of the realtors and ask them to run a comparative market analysis for you. So next step, after you negotiated, hopefully you have enough information, you have the pictures, you know how much the repairs estimate, more or less, you know what's the value of the property. You can use the formula. I usually use the 70% minus, again, 70% of after repair value minus the repair cost minus your fee. If you want to make, again, $10,000 and the property value is $100,000, so just do 70% of $100,000, it's $70,000. Let's say there's a $10,000 repairs, so it's minus 10,000, it's $60,000, and you want to make 10 grand, so your offer would be $50,000 on the property. So let's say you negotiate with the seller and you locked up the contract, under contract, and now it's time to send the contract to the closing agent. It can be either an attorney. In some states it's a closing attorney, some states is a title company. You will send them the executed contract you have with the sellers and ask them to order title search to make sure there is no liens against the property, all the taxes been paid off, no judgments or anything like that. It's very important to send this contract to the title company or closing agents to run title search. So after you have that, it's time to again, sometimes you don't need to wait until you get a clean title. As soon as you have a executed contract with the sellers, you want to market the deals to your cash buyers. And you remember the 10 solid cash buyers you identify here in step 3. You're basically going to pick up the phone and call each one of them and tell them, listen, I have a deal in the area that you're interested in. I noticed that you buy in this area and I have a discounted properties in this area. Would you like to check it out and potentially making an offer? And believe me, again, if it's a good deal, these buyers will be all over this deal and will be willing to go and inspect it and buy it from you. So again, and you can use various ways to market your deals. You can send a text blast, you can send an email blast, you can give them a call, you can put bandit signs around the area of the property. There's a bunch of ways to market a deal, but that's the next step. You want to find a buyer to this deal. So once you have a buyer in place, you just sign up a contract with them. It can either be assignment of contract, or you can do double closing. It really depends on the deal and what you feel more comfortable with. And once you have that, you're ready to close. You can cash checks, you can celebrate and reinvest back the profit, so you can have more budget for your direct mail, or maybe you want to add another way to generate leads. Maybe it's online leads, maybe you want to do pay-per-click, maybe you want to start to hire a team member, maybe you want to start to hire a virtual assistant that help you generate these leads. So this is my 10 steps. Again, it's up to you how quickly you want to implement it. This is only just a framework, just my blueprint that I developed that's been working for me, and I've been doing it since my first virtual wholesale deal was in August 2003. I made $4,000 signing a contract for a property in Memphis while I was in San Francisco. And as of September 2015, I'm full-time wholesaler, real estate investor. I mostly do virtual wholesaling because that supports my desired lifestyle. And that's what I think that you should do if you want to be able to spend more time with your family, travel the world, work from home, and just build a virtual business. It's pretty cool. I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to do that. And if you want to find out more information about that, please go to the next step. If you want to work with me, I'll be happy to show you how to select the right market for you, because if you don't select the right market, you will have a very hard time to get a deal done. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's just going to be harder for you. So if you're interested to get started, just click. It's only $47, and I will show you a step-by-step how to select the right market, to make sure that you know how to evaluate that it's a good cash flow market, that you know how to find out where is the high investors zip codes activity when cash buyers are buying. So if you're interested, I would love to work with you and to show you how it's done. And until then, hopefully you like this video, and see you in the inside.